Hey y'all, so it's Dr. Nadia, and hello to all of you that may be listening to this on replay. Be sure to say hi. I want to know who had a chance to pop in, whether live or during replay. So if you're watching on the replay, put hashtag replay. I'm not going to be calling everyone out because I wanted to pop in today and just share some information about increasing sales conversions. Today, I have the opportunity to work with one of my clients at their live event. So I'm just popping out so I can pop back in over there as we are rocking out. She's rocking out her event. It's been amazing. The team and I, we've been having lots and lots of conversations, which is actually one of the things that prompted this video to talk about relationship-based sales, but then also to talk about being able to increase your conversions. So one of the things that we get to do when we support our clients at their multi-day live events is we talk to a lot of people. We get the chance to even talk to many of them before the event starts. And so in that, we're having these conversations. We're getting the opportunity to learn about what made them sign up to register, what they're looking to glean from the event, but then also maybe what are some of the challenges that are hindering them from moving forward in building their businesses. And believe it or not, this may come as a surprise or not, sales comes up quite often in terms of I don't know how to do sales in such a way where I don't feel sleazy. How do I talk about my business on social media or really increase that my presence without feeling like all I'm ever doing is talking about sales or just being like a sleazy weirdo? That's part of my client's language. She really uses that a lot. No, she uses salesy weirdo. Sorry. So how does that come up? So if you can relate to that, I want you to comment below, like, hey, drop a one if you're like, you know what, that is totally me. Don't want to feel sleazy, don't want to feel slimy, really want to remain in integrity. And so one of the things that I get to often share in these conversations is just one of my personal philosophies when it comes to sales. And one of those things is the importance and the power of relationships. I think sometimes we don't really take the time to think that through. A lot of times you may hear people give lip service to it, but to really pause and say, you know what, I really want to implement systems. Systems are important, right? And I want to be able to talk about the work that I do and how I help my clients and the results that they get in a way that is authentic and in integrity. I think integrity is so important. Yet at the same time, I'm a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur, so I want to do better at sales. I want to increase the sales and the revenue in my business. So that is a goal for you for 2021. Drop a one in the comments below. If you're like, you know what, I want to increase my sales conversions this year. What does that look like? How do I do that? So a couple of things I just wanted to pop in and share today is one, determine what your values are. Like, what is really most important to you? What are your values? Like I said, for me, relationships is so important. So there are always things that we're thinking about, ideas that I have percolating, things that we're working to implement so that I can really have more of that relationship building piece and nurture in my business and my sales process, because that's a really big value for me, right? And so that looks like, taking the time to have conversations. So we've had those times when all I did was focus on having coffee chats, connection, right? You can do that either one-on-one or groups. Sometimes you don't drink coffee. You're like, hey, I'll do virtual teas, whatever you call it, do it, right? Um, it requires or includes some times with us sending things in the mail. Like we like the snail mail, pop a pink in your mailbox, not your inbox anymore, right? So there are certain things like that that we are working on. Sometimes we do a really great job, and other times we're like, okay, I have a lot of ideas. So I'm learning to pace myself, but it's because I took the time to identify values. That's number one, values, so that my business, my sales process, my pipeline, all of our touch points lines up more so with the values that we have here at the Doyen Agency, right? So that is one of the things. The second thing is systems, 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 systems. I'm telling you, systems is a game changer because one of the things that I often find when entrepreneurs or service-based business owners come to our team and ask for help is that they are overwhelmed. How many of you have been like, OMG, right? The overwhelmed. Have you ever dealt with the overwhelmed type overwhelmed, right? Overwhelmed no more. But the part of that is having the systems in place in order to support you so that you're not the one having to wear all the hats and do all the things. I had a mentor that once said to me, he's like, Nadia, the answer to who doesn't have to be you, right? There are things that, yes, they have to get done in your business, but they don't have to be done by you. And it doesn't always necessarily mean hiring a team member. Now, that's important. Team is important. But it also, again, what is your vision? What are your values? But systems can help. Systems can do a lot of things for you to continue to help nurture relationships, to touch base, to remind you of things because we're busy and we forget. Systems make a huge difference. And that is one of the things that we really focus on in our Convert Labs when we work with clients to get the systems in place to support them so that they can grow their businesses, so that they can increase their conversion rates. Because I'm gonna tell you a little secret that may not be so secret, right? Is one of the keys to increasing your conversion rates is actually talking to more qualified prospects. And one of the ways to do that is how you qualify. You have to have a lead qualification system or process in place in order to do that. So a lot of times we have people that reach out and they're like, I'm having all these calls, I'm talking to people, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but my conversions are off. And many times when we take a moment to do an assessment or a diagnostic, we find that they're not talking to the right people, which leads to frustration, discouragement. You're just like, why am I doing this? Because you're not talking to the right people. And you need to take a moment to set that process or system in place so that when you get on the phone, you're talking to the most qualified, ready to go, fired up prospects. That's what you want. Systems can make the difference. Okay. And then number three is really looking at your customer journey, your customer roadmap, right? What does that process really look like for them? And then when you have those conversations, how are you having them? Like, what do you sound like you? Do you show up as you? So you definitely need to have your what I call your conversation guide ready to rock and roll, customized to you and to your offer, right? So that's number four. Three and four were kind of close. Three, roadmap, customer client roadmap journey. Four, what does your conversation guide look like? So those are just some of the things I wanted to pop in today. And these are all the things that we talk about in our Convert Lab. My vision for Convert Lab is to help you get the systems in place, the skills, and the confidence to have those powerful sales conversations so that you can start generating a revenue that you want to generate, that you desire to generate, and in some cases you need to generate, right, as quickly as possible. We spend those 3 days together. We are mapping all of these things out, looking at your pricing, your packaging, your offers, how you talk about it. You're putting together your conversation guide, but more importantly, we're looking at your sales pipeline and getting those systems ready and fired up, ready to go so that you're not overwhelmed. You're not trying to do all of the things, but you can show up confidently and you can definitely do what it takes in order to increase your sales conversions for this year. It is possible. You just know what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And those are things that we cover in the Convert Lab. And then best of all, I think one of my favorite parts is that you have integration time, 12 weeks, a weekly office hours where we get to work together to tweak what we talked about and implement it in the lab. I know it. Things sound great in the lab. Let's be honest, right? And then we get back out in the real world. You're like, didn't quite go the way I thought. So the team and I decided that it was important to add that piece so that you have our continued support even post lab. So if you're interested in learning more about our upcoming Convert Lab, just type me below in the comments and someone will reach out to you. Will let you know how we can have a conversation. I would love to talk with you to see if it's a good fit, or if there's some other way that we may be able to support you. Definitely want you to feel great about it. So yeah, go ahead, type me below in the comments. So we'll get back to you. We'll talk to you. We'll schedule some time, jump on the phone really quick, have a chat, see if Convert Lab is the best option. If not, I know a lot of great people. We'll be more than happy to make that referral, that connection for you so you can get the support that you need to grow your business. This is your year. This is your year to grow your business, to generate the revenue that you desire, to have the impact that you desire to have. And part of that process is increasing your your sales conversions. So I want to help you to do that. All right, so I got to scoot. I got to get back over here to the event. Just wanted to pop out here, say hi to everyone, talk a little bit about sales conversions, because I'm telling you, this has come up quite a bit over the past several days around, just really understanding sales, feeling more confident in sales, but ultimately, how do I increase those conversions so that I can grow my business to the place at which I desire? All right, this is Dr. Nadia signing off. I will see you all again